The last time the Brooklyn Nets have taken a selection in the lottery was 2010 with Derek Favors, and this year is their first chance to take someone in the lottery since then. Well, maybe. What is up, y'all, and welcome back to another video. Before we get into everything, like I say every single video, make sure you guys like the video and subscribe. It helps me so much. Y'all don't even know it, so make sure you guys do those things, and let's get into it. So as y'all know, the Brooklyn Nets are not very good this year, and they're potentially for sure going to get a lottery pick, and they're going to fight for a top 5 pick in the draft, even though they're starting to win some games randomly at the end of the season, but they're obviously not a play-in team or anything like that, so they're going to have a good pick, but it just might be in the top 5 or it might not. And the reason why I say they might not have a draft pick in the lottery this year, again for the 16th straight year, is this tweet I got from NBA Central. As it reads, the Brooklyn Nets plan A is to go after Giannis Antetokounmpo, and this is per the New York Post_Lewis. I don't really know how credible that is, but it definitely does make sense thinking about the Brooklyn Nets past history of the last 10 or so years. Is this realistic? Maybe. I can definitely see the Brooklyn Nets trading every single possible asset they had to try to get Giannis. Is it smart and is it likely? I'm not really sure because Giannis is considered untouchable, but it does also depend how good the Bucks do this year, because obviously they're clinched as a playoff team, right? But they don't have Damian Lillard. He's out for the blood clot issue, whatever that is, and we don't know when he's going to come back or if he's going to come back. So the Bucks could very likely just get bounced in the first round to the Knicks, because they're probably going to be 3. The Knicks are probably going to be 3, and the Bucks are probably going to be 6. So, the Bucks could get first rounded and be like, oh, if the Nets are trading me every single thing, then why don't we just do this trade? Who really knows exactly what could happen? And obviously thinking about a superstar of Giannis's caliber to be traded is unfathomable, and it's probably you can't even think about it. Just like the Luka trade, no one even thought about this, but it could happen. Who really knows exactly? I mean, there has been rumors of Giannis being traded out of Milwaukee for years now, and if it's the Nets, that would be insane. And I'm going to give you guys my opinion on if I think the Nets should do this or not in a second. But before that, let's look at some past big trades the Nets have made, and I'm sure you guys are familiar with the Paul Pierce and Kevin Garnett trade that they did, which set the Nets back for years. It felt like the Nets lost so much there in that trade. Probably the biggest loss or worst one-sided trade in NBA history. I know we have the Luka one. We got to wait and see how that pans out, but as of now, man, this Nets trade with Paul Pierce, Kevin Garnett, and Jason Terry, I think, is by far the worst trade in NBA history. And to put it in perspective, during the All-Star weekend, the All-Star game, in this picture, everybody except for LeBron and Steph Curry was either on the Nets or could have been drafted by the Nets. And that's just insane, man. That's 6 NBA All-Star, NBA superstar type of players. And basically the Nets gave the Boston Celtics their whole championship core, Jason Tatum and, Jaylen Brown. So the Nets, that trade was really bad, just to put it in perspective. Another trade that the Nets made was not as bad as the Kevin Garnett and Paul Pierce trade. It was the James Harden trade. And, obviously this failed big three wasn't because they weren't good enough. It was because of injuries. But, they did just make that trade for James Harden and gave up a lot for him. But at the end of the day, they did get a lot of their assets back from the Kevin Durant, Mikal Bridges trade, because after they traded away Mikal Bridges, they got their first-round picks back, which would be this year's first-round pick, and they got a lot of assets on top of that. So they kind of made up for what they lost there. However, the big three still didn't work, so they didn't end up winning a championship out of that. They just kind of just been in mediocrity or been tanking now. But yeah, I don't know. The Nets have not had great trade history, and the fact that they're openly willing to say that they're going all in on Giannis Antetokounmpo is low-key insane to me, because first of all, I don't think the Nets would have enough assets to get Giannis. Maybe somehow they do, and even if they do, it just doesn't make sense at all, because you have Giannis, and then what? What do you do after you have Giannis? You just build around him and nothing happens? That team is going to be significantly worse than the current Bucks team, so it just fully does not make sense at all to me. And just looking at that tweet makes me think that it was tweeted on April 1st, but it was actually tweeted on March 31st, so I mean, unless it's an early April Fool's prank, this trade just seems funny and laughable to me, because why would the Nets say that? It just doesn't make sense at all to me. But yeah, man, all I'm going to say and put it out there is I hope the Brooklyn Nets keep their draft picks, start drafting instead of trading away all their draft picks, and, build the strong core to build with in the future. Because I see their name, the Brooklyn Nets name, in so many big stars conversations, right? I see them in Zion Williamson. I see them in Devin Booker. Why you guys want to be in trade talks, man? Just draft your team, build from the start. You're in New York. You have a big market. You can sign players if you really want to star. And I think it's just smart for the Brooklyn Nets to just build up from the ground, like I keep on saying. So yeah, man, let me know in the comments if you guys think this is a big April Fool's joke, because I didn't think it was when it got tweeted, because it did get tweeted on March 31st, so maybe they were doing an early April Fool's joke. But at the end of the day, the Brooklyn Nets have not had a good trade history, and the fact that they are in a bunch of trade discussions just doesn't make sense at all. But yeah, man, let me know in the comments what you guys think about this. Did I get joked? Did I get fooled? Because maybe I did, man. Maybe I did, because this is insane to me. Yeah, like the video, subscribe, do all that stuff like I said earlier, and now we're out.